Welcome to Bare Metal Cyber, the podcast that bridges cybersecurity and education in a way that's engaging, informative, and practical. Each week, we dive into pressing cybersecurity topics, explore real-world challenges, and break down actionable advice to help you navigate today's digital landscape. If you're enjoying this episode, visit baremetalcyber.com, where over 2 million people last year explored cybersecurity insights, resources, and expert content. You'll also find my books covering key cybersecurity topics. Cyber Illusions: How Security Teams Trick and Track Attackers. In the ever-evolving battlefield of cybersecurity, deception has emerged as a powerful strategy for misleading attackers, studying their tactics and turning their own curiosity against them. Unlike traditional defenses that focus solely on detection and mitigation, deception technologies proactively lure adversaries into controlled environments, where their actions can be monitored and analyzed without risk to critical assets. From honeypots that mimic real systems, to honeytokens that silently track unauthorized access, these techniques provide defenders with invaluable intelligence, while wasting an attacker's time and resources. Deception extends beyond simple traps. Organizations deploy decoy files, fake credentials, and simulated network services to confuse, delay, and expose threats. As cyber deception integrates with AI, automation, and zero-trust security models, its role in modern defense strategies is only expanding, offering security teams a way to stay one step ahead in the digital arms race. Honeypots in cyber defense. Deception technologies are a sophisticated cybersecurity strategy designed to mislead attackers, lure them into controlled environments, and study their tactics in real time. These techniques involve crafting digital traps that mimic real systems, making them irresistible targets for malicious actors. By deploying these deceptive assets, security teams can observe how attackers behave, what tools they use, and what vulnerabilities they seek to exploit. This proactive approach turns attackers' curiosity and persistence against them, transforming an organization's defense posture from reactive damage control to an intelligence-driven offensive strategy. At their core, deception technologies shift the paradigm of cybersecurity by allowing defenders to engage with adversaries earlier in the attack lifecycle. Instead of merely responding to threats as they appear, security teams use deception to detect attackers in the reconnaissance phase, well before they reach critical systems. This intelligence gathering extends beyond just detecting an attack. It provides valuable insight into how threat actors operate, enabling organizations to fortify real assets against future intrusions. By strategically placing decoys and traps, defenders also reduce the burden of false positives, as deception artifacts attract only those with malicious intent, filtering out irrelevant noise in traditional security tools. Deception in cybersecurity takes many forms, each designed to appear authentic while serving a hidden defensive function. Honeypots, for example, act as decoy systems that masquerade as legitimate servers or workstations, enticing attackers into interacting with them. Honeytokens, on the other hand, are deceptive data elements, such as fake credentials, bogus database entries, or dummy API keys that immediately trigger alerts when accessed. Security teams also deploy decoy files, misleading network services, and even entire synthetic environments to confuse, delay, and expose attackers. These artifacts serve as breadcrumbs that lead adversaries into controlled environments where their actions can be closely monitored and analyzed. Despite their benefits, deploying deception technologies comes with challenges that require careful planning and execution. Striking the right balance between realism and detectability is critical. If a deception asset appears too fake, attackers may quickly recognize and avoid it, rendering it ineffective. At the same time, overly convincing decoys could lead to operational risks if legitimate users unknowingly interact with them. Maintaining deception assets requires ongoing management to ensure they remain relevant against evolving attack methods. If left outdated or misconfigured, these traps could backfire by providing attackers with unintended insights into an organization's security posture. Honeytokens and data-centric deception. Honeytokens are deceptive data elements designed to detect unauthorized access and data misuse, acting as silent tripwires within an organization's digital infrastructure. Unlike honeypots, which mimic entire systems, honey tokens are individual pieces of fake information, decoy credentials, bogus API keys, or dummy database records that have no legitimate use. When an attacker stumbles upon and attempts to use a honey token, it immediately triggers an alert, signaling that someone is accessing data they shouldn't be. These deceptive markers are particularly effective for catching insider threats and monitoring for data exfiltration, as they blend seamlessly with real information but serve no functional purpose other than detection. By strategically placing these data-based traps, security teams can gain early warning of breaches before attackers cause significant damage. Deploying honey tokens effectively requires careful placement in locations where attackers are likely to search. Organizations embed them in sensitive areas such as corporate databases, cloud storage environments, and privileged access management solutions, ensuring they blend in with real assets. Fake credentials placed in password vaults or configuration files provide an added layer of security by alerting defenders the moment an attacker attempts to use them. To maximize effectiveness, honey tokens are integrated with security logging and alerting systems, ensuring any interaction with them is immediately flagged and investigated. Unique identifiers within honey tokens allow security teams to trace the source of an attempted breach, tracking stolen data as it moves through an attacker's infrastructure and even linking incidents to known cybercriminal tactics. Honey tokens offer numerous advantages, particularly in terms of ease of deployment and cost-effectiveness. Compared to honeypots, which require full system emulation and ongoing maintenance, honey tokens are lightweight and can be deployed in large numbers with minimal operational overhead. They are highly effective for detecting lateral movement within a network, as attackers unknowingly interact with these decoys while attempting to escalate privileges or access restricted data. Organizations also use honey tokens to detect and track data exfiltration attempts, alerting defenders the moment a decoy file is accessed or removed from a system. The forensic value of honey tokens is significant, providing clear evidence of unauthorized access, which can be used to understand attacker techniques and refine security controls. Despite their effectiveness, honey tokens come with challenges that organizations must consider when implementing them. If not carefully managed, legitimate users may inadvertently interact with honey tokens, leading to false positives and unnecessary investigations. Additionally, some attackers may recognize or ignore honey tokens, limiting their ability to detect certain types of threats. Scaling honey tokens across large environments can also be complex, as organizations must ensure each token remains unique and properly monitored without overwhelming security teams with excessive alerts. Finally, deception elements must be carefully designed to avoid disrupting normal operations. If an attacker realizes they have triggered a trap, they may change tactics or attempt to manipulate the deception system to their advantage. Other deception techniques in cyber defense. Deception techniques in cyber defense extend beyond honeypots and honey tokens, incorporating decoy files and credentials to mislead attackers. These deceptive artifacts are designed to appear highly valuable, tempting intruders into revealing their presence. Fake documents, such as payroll records, financial reports, or confidential emails, are strategically placed where attackers are likely to look, luring them into engaging with these traps. False credentials embedded in configuration files or password storage solutions provide another layer of deception, triggering alerts when an attacker attempts authentication. Security teams monitor these files closely, analyzing unauthorized access attempts to uncover malicious activity. Deceptive file names and metadata can further entice attackers, guiding them towards controlled environments where their actions can be studied and mitigated. Cyber deception extends to network services, where attackers are drawn into interacting with fake systems that appear legitimate. Deploying deceptive SSH, RDP, or database servers provides security teams with valuable intelligence as attackers attempt to brute force access or exploit vulnerabilities. In critical infrastructure, simulated IoT and SCADA environments can serve as lures for adversaries targeting industrial control systems, allowing defenders to analyze their tactics before real damage occurs. False web applications with dummy data present attackers with an illusion of access to sensitive information, keeping them occupied while security teams observe their techniques. Every interaction with these decoy services provides defenders with actionable insights, helping strengthen real network defenses against emerging threats. As organizations increasingly move to the cloud, deception strategies must evolve to protect cloud-native environments. Fake workloads and containers can be deployed to mislead attackers probing for weaknesses in cloud infrastructure, while decoy storage buckets containing honey tokens can help detect unauthorized access. Simulated APIs and serverless functions offer additional deception layers, drawing attackers into controlled environments while collecting intelligence on their behavior. Monitoring access patterns in cloud resources allows security teams to identify suspicious activity, such as an adversary attempting to move laterally or extract data. These cloud-based deception techniques ensure that attackers never know whether they are engaging with a real system or a carefully crafted illusion. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing deception in cybersecurity by enabling real-time adaptation to attacker behaviors. AI-powered deception tools dynamically generate deceptive artifacts, making it more difficult for attackers to identify patterns or avoid traps. Machine learning algorithms analyze threat actor behavior, continuously refining deception strategies to counter evolving tactics. These intelligent deception platforms can autonomously deploy, modify, and retire deceptive elements as needed, reducing the operational burden on security teams. By automating deception management, AI enhances the scalability and effectiveness of cyber deception, ensuring that organizations remain one step ahead of adversaries. Integrating deception with security architectures. To fully leverage deception technologies, organizations must integrate them into existing security architectures, ensuring they complement broader cybersecurity strategies. Aligning deception tactics with zero-trust principles strengthens security by treating every interaction as potentially hostile, forcing attackers to reveal themselves when they attempt unauthorized access. Deception works best when combined with traditional security tools, such as intrusion detection and prevention systems, providing additional layers of monitoring and intelligence. Centralized management through security orchestration, automation, and response platforms enhances the efficiency of deception strategies by automating responses and correlating deception alerts with other security events. Organizations can further maximize the value of deception by feeding insights into threat intelligence platforms, allowing defenders to track adversarial techniques and share knowledge across security communities. Measuring the effectiveness of deception technologies is essential to ensure they remain relevant and impactful. One key metric is attacker dwell time, how long an adversary engages with a decoy before realizing it is a trap, providing insight into the realism of the deception environment. Analyzing triggered alerts in relation to false positives helps security teams fine-tune their detection mechanisms, ensuring meaningful incidents are prioritized. Evaluating how attackers interact with decoy elements, such as whether they attempt to escalate privileges or exfiltrate data, helps organizations refine deception tactics to better align with evolving threats. Periodically updating and rotating deception artifacts ensures attackers do not recognize them over time, keeping deception strategies fresh and unpredictable. While deception technologies offer powerful security advantages, they also introduce legal and ethical considerations that organizations must navigate. Avoiding entrapment is crucial. While deception should mislead attackers, it must not actively encourage or manipulate them into committing crimes they would not otherwise attempt. Compliance with privacy laws and industry regulations is another critical factor, as deception tools must not interfere with legitimate user activity or inadvertently expose sensitive data. Transparency in collaborative environments, such as organizations that share infrastructure, ensures that deception tactics do not unintentionally disrupt partner operations. Reputation risks must also be considered, as deception techniques that are misused or publicly exposed could damage trust in an organization's security posture. The future of cyber deception is increasingly shaped by advancements in artificial intelligence and automation. AI-powered deception systems can dynamically adjust decoy environments based on attacker behavior, making deception more adaptive and effective. Immersive deception techniques such as virtualized environments that fully simulate corporate networks or industrial control systems are becoming more sophisticated, allowing for deeper engagement with adversaries. As Internet of Things and critical infrastructure security challenges grow, deception is being adopted more widely in these domains, helping to detect and mitigate threats against connected devices and industrial systems. Increased collaboration on deception standards and frameworks will further enhance its adoption, ensuring that deception technologies evolve alongside the broader cybersecurity landscape. Conclusion: deception technologies have reshaped the way organizations defend against cyber threats, shifting the advantage away from attackers and into the hands of defenders. By deploying honeypots, honeytokens, and other deceptive artifacts, security teams gain critical insights into adversary behavior while limiting the damage real assets might sustain. These techniques not only detect threats earlier in the attack chain, but also provide valuable intelligence that strengthens overall security posture. However, deception is not a set-it-and-forget-it solution. It requires careful integration with existing security architectures, continuous refinement, and adherence to legal and ethical consideration. As artificial intelligence-driven deception and immersive decoy environments become more advanced, deception will play an increasingly vital role in proactive cybersecurity, ensuring that attackers can never be certain whether they are breaching a real system or merely chasing a carefully crafted illusion. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Bare Metal Cyber. If you enjoyed the podcast, be sure to subscribe and share it. You can find all my latest content, including newsletters, podcasts, articles, and books, at baremetalcyber.com. Join the growing community and explore the insights that reached over 2 million people last year. Your support keeps this community thriving, and I truly appreciate every listen, follow, and share. Until next time, stay safe. Knowledge is power,